Hey y'all, it's SheSoHollyhood with Hollyhood Politikz Podcast by Alexis Simone, where we discuss real, raw, true, and uncut, God, good gossip, hot tea, and perfect points. Hollyhood Politikz, Politikin The Right Way. Catch up, keep up, because you don't want to miss an episode. Just like, wow, like I'm doing it. Like I'm not waiting to do it. I'm not trying to do it. Like I'm doing it. So I had Cash at 21 and I wasn't ready. Look, your problems are not who you are. You're not gonna let them be who you are. My mom had me around different people. And I'm right here with you. Like I'm going through these emotions with you. You're not alone. I understand how you feel, but we're not gonna let none of this ever make us, ever, not never. And toddlers are assholes, for lack of a better word. And to look back, to see myself as a mother, it's like testing, mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. We back with another episode on Hollyhood Politikz Podcast. And today, I just really want to touch on motherhood. I want to touch on isolation and boundaries. We previously talked about that a little bit on the last episode, but it's that important. So, you know, if I'm doubling back, that really means something. So, lately, I just really been trying to like live my best life. I've been trying to take in the moment. I've been trying to not allow myself to become what I'm going through, if it's bad. You know what I'm saying? And I've been trying to like redirect my thoughts and, you know, just basically like putting those boundaries out for myself. Like I was saying in my last video, if you haven't watched that, go ahead and pause this video, go play that video and come back to this video and then tune in. But I'm saying that to say like I've noticed myself being in so many binds because I'm caught up in my thoughts. I'm caught up in like whatever has made me for the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm caught up in whatever it is that is holding me captive in that moment. And I just feel like, why do I want to sit up and feel like this? You feel me? Like maybe I need to redirect my life, you know, go down a different path. Like give myself a break. Because sometimes as human beings, we go through burnout. And we get so caught up in our daily lives and what we doing and what we got going on and, you know, that daily routine, especially if you have a kid and, you know, you don't give yourself that time, that me time, that free time, that self-care. So lately I've been really working on that and I've been popping out on the scene here and there, having a good time, getting dolled up, feeling good, looking good. And I just feel like when you do that, you know, you start to block out the negative thoughts. Not that they're no longer a part of your story or your journey, but they're not who you are. They're not holding you down. They're not making you. They're not breaking you. You feel me? So I'm like, you know, I really have social anxiety. I hate going outside. Like when I get outside, I'm like, oh my God, like it's just too much. Like I'm ready to go home. You know what I mean? And so lately, I just been like, you know, you're going to go outside, you're going to face your fears, you're going to go do some exposure therapy in a way. And so once I'm there and on the scene, like I feel good. Everybody's telling me, like I just posted this on my story the other day. Like when I go out, I love going out. Like it's cool. Like when you get out there and you're on the scene, that's cool. But I would pick an inside day any day. But I'm saying that to say like when I go out, everybody tells me like, you are so pretty. You are so pretty. Like, oh my God, like your outfit, like your hair, like your this, like that, your makeup, your this or that. And my whole thing is like, I be feeling like a celebrity. I'm not gonna lie. But that heat and that pressure behind the scenes is like, I can't do it. Like, I like to enjoy the moment that I'm in. I like to take in the moment that I'm in. And like, if I'm saying thank you all day, I want to go back home. Because at this point, it's like, can I enjoy myself? Like, I appreciate it. And I'm very humble. I love, you know, the girl's girl idea. And I'm all for that. But at the end of the day, who want to say thank you all night while you got fucking food in your mouth and whatever the fuck else? You feel me? It's just like, it's like whenever you're going through something, you're caught up in the moment. Like for me going through something is going to sleep. Binge watching a show, sitting on the couch, snacking, going to sleep, and just exiting it, whatever the fuck it is, out of my mind. You feel me? But like once you're out and you switch up that routine, it feels so much better because not only are you not in your thoughts sitting on that couch, but you're outside having a good time with your friends. You know, you're networking, meeting people, or what have you. And so I just feel like I have to get more comfortable in that aspect of my life. And especially being a mom, like, I really want to get into this so bad because I know there's a lot of mothers out there that's just like lost or like, oh, I can't go out because this, or I'm outside all the time, you know. And I just feel like you have to put your baby as a priority. And my mom has always told me that, like, okay, your son needs attention, your son needs time. You know, you can't be about that life every weekend. So like when you put that boundary up for yourself, like, okay, I'm gonna give myself this allotted time to go out, or this amount of time to go out, you know, I'll be back by this time. Make sure I do something for my baby first before I go out. Make sure he's good taken care of, or even sleep. And he won't even know you went out. You know what I'm saying? So, like, as long as I'm putting my son first, that's the only time I don't feel guilty about going out. When I do feel guilty is when, like, he's in trouble or on punishment and, like, he can't go out. He ain't have a good day. We ain't do nothing all day, but I'm finna go out. So that's where it's like, oh, my God. Like, being a mom is like, you know, you got a soft spot at the end of the day because that's your baby. And I just think about, like, the times where I felt like I didn't put my baby first. And as a mother, that's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. It's not a good feeling. It's not a good action. It doesn't make the kid feel good. At the end of the day, they're going to have neglection issues or what the fuck have you, you feel me? And so I just say that to say, like, now that I'm getting older and like deeper into motherhood, I'm literally finna hit 7 years of motherhood. Can we get a pat on the like, so I don't know, like my baby is getting so much older. He's getting he's getting very mature. He's very verbal, and he's always been like a gift and a blessing to me since day one. Like I had him when I was 21, about to be 22, and like, I'm about to be 29 next year. So it's just like, to look back, to see myself as a mother, it's like, I hate crying. I don't know why I do this. But it's just like, to look back and see yourself and what you've been through and like who you've become and who you're trying to become and what have you and all the things of that sort. It's just like, wow, like I'm doing it. Like, I'm not waiting to do it. I'm not trying to do it. Like, I'm doing it, you know? And it becomes like a routine. Like, this is who my child is. This is how he is. This is where I'm going to meet him, you know? Because kids have feelings, too. It's not just about the adults and, oh, I'm your mom and this, that. Like, you got to hear your kid out, see where their mind is, meet them where they're at. Not every behavioral plan works for each kid. You know, you have to design that for your kid because you got to have consequences lined up. You know, you got to have a system. You got to be organized, you know? And with my kid, he's a boy, and I feel like boys are so different. And I know that when God gives a woman a man child, that they're gonna experience a love that they've never felt ever. They're going to feel a sense of a woman, being a woman, acknowledging your womanness, your femininity, fuck it. Can't say that one. And so, like, they just unlock and bring out a lot of things that you would have never thought like you had within you. And so I feel like my baby pushes me to be strong and courageous and bold and determined because, you know, like at the end of the day, you have to take care of your child. So they're going to need, and you're going to have that business. You're going to have that side hustle. You're going to have that success behind your name, that degree if needed. Okay. Me and him are finna graduate Colloquiet 2026 and 27. And so, like, as a parent, you're gonna need that time away from the child because, like I said, burnout and toddlers are assholes, for lack of a better word. And so I just feel like as long as I prioritize and make sure Cash is good, I'm putting him first. I'm making sure he's, you know, hanging out with his friends or doing any of the fun activities. If I want to go out, that's where I'm going to go, baby, because I deserve it. Okay? But rewind. So I had Cash at 21 and I wasn't ready. I only felt like I was ready because I was in a relationship at the time and I knew that it was always instilled in me to go to school, graduate, meet a guy, get married, and have a family. And so my life didn't go that way, and I'm not mad at it. I don't think God's mad at it. I think that I'm handling everything with grace. And, jeez. I'm handling everything with grace in class and doing my big one and making sure that, the job is getting done. And as I look back, I'm like, wow, I'm really a mom. Like, I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of my baby. He's turning around with his behavior and whatever else, we've been through. And he's honestly been through a lot of transitions. He's been through a lot of, emotions. And I just want to, as a mother, to ensure that my child is secure and mentally stable and has sanity and everything that he's going through, and peace and blessings and love and, courage and the gut to fight and strive for whatever he wants. And he said he wanted to be president the other day. I'm like, you could for damn sure be president. Okay? Don't let nobody tell you different. If Obama could be president, you could be president, baby. Okay? So, like, whatever his dreams are, I want to encourage them. I want to uplift him, but I will still get in his ass at the end of the day, because as a mom, like I said, like a young mom, I wasn't ready and I didn't get married. God has other plans, and I'm not going to question him. Like, at first, I would be questioning him, like, why this, why that, what, that. And he's like, you be quiet. I'm going to sit back and show you why. Like, you sitting up here begging for something that you don't want. That's not for you. You feel me? And so I feel like every situation, God aligns specifically according to his plan for you. And I've had to notice that, yeah, it's my world and y'all just living in it. Thank you. But also, like, it's God's plan at the end of the day. It's not our plan. It's not our decision. It's not our timing. It's not our say-so. And I feel like I have been forced to take on this task and this role by choice, of course, because, having a baby is a choice. And we're just forced to take on a role that becomes routine and robotic. Like, your kid, you learn your kid, you're up, you're making the breakfast, you're in a routine, you got the schedule going on, you know what they like, if you see this online, let me buy the tickets for that, because I know that's what will make them happy. But I will say that as a young mom, I do wish that I would have did it the biblical traditional way, get married, have kids, blah, 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 because I do notice that with Cash, he rolls with the punches, but change is not something that he would be able to deal with throughout his whole life. He's probably managing it a little bit better now because I've been so locked in with him and been, like, look, your problems are not who you are. You're not going to let them be who you are. You feel me? I'm right here with you. Like, I'm going through these emotions with you. You're not alone. I understand how you feel, but we're not going to let none of this ever make us, ever, not never. Because there's consequences. There's consequences now. There's consequences later. There's consequences that you can make, that you can get now that can affect you later on in life. There's consequences that you won't get now, but you will get later on in life for whatever it is that you did. There's karma. There's good, bad, and fucked up karma. Okay? So there's all type of things. And I just try to get him to realize that right now I'm instilling and implementing these things into you now so that later you won't even have to deal with nothing. Like, you feel me? You'll be set, your mindset, your mentality, your spirituality, everything. Like, you're going to be locked in. And so I just look at it as, if you would have done it differently, how would you want it, right? And so as women, we all want this fairy tale, experience, and it's probably not going to be like that until it is like that. And so whatever situation that you have that you are currently in and waiting for, okay, I need my fairy tale. It's coming. It's coming. God didn't put everybody on this earth to be by themselves. It's somebody for everybody. In between time, you just gotta boss up, make sure that your stuff is together. Anybody that comes with it is an add-on. And something that stuck out to me, like when I was growing up, I feel, and we'll probably get into this on another podcast, but I feel that my mom had me around different people. And I'm not saying it was distasteful. I'm not saying it was, a bad thing, but it's just like I can name a list of people that I know that have been around me and played some type of father figure role, you know what I'm saying, at some point in time in my life. Whether it be picking me up, giving me advice, teaching me how to ride a bike, taking me to school, what have you, And so my mom was telling me, like, you're dating and you can't be having these people around your child. You can't, you don't play where you lay at. You don't do none of that. And I get that. This last relationship that I was in woke me up to be like, okay, your mom was right, because you see what happened. But it didn't happen like it could have happened because God had you. But you also got to do the work behind the scenes and don't put yourself in these type of predicaments. So you have to be careful who you have your child around. You have to be careful who is talking to your child, what they're instilling into their brain, what environment they're in. And those are all the things that you don't think about before becoming a mother. You're just thinking like, oh my God, I'm going to have this man. I'm going to be pregnant. It's going to be cute, bitch. Bye. Bye. That's not that. It was never that. It ain't that. And, you just got to make the best out of it. You got to pick your person. You got to know your person. You got to pick your person, not just for you, but for your child as well. And so I have enough, game by now to know, like, how to move better with my baby. I know that I got to pick and choose a lot of battles, like the stuff that I would want to do when I was younger, 21, I could never do now. I got to think, like, if I move like this, will this affect my baby? If I move like that, will it hurt my baby? What will it do to my baby? How, everything that you do now, you're doing it for the baby, not just you. And so I'm just saying that to say it's easier, well, I feel. It might be easier, like, doing the traditional way, meeting a man and at the grocery store and picking the first fucking apple. As a man that is supposed to be a provider per Bible, it is important to raise a family, household, traditional, whatever, because the kid knows, the kid feel it, the kid sees like, oh my God, Sarah's at school and they have both of their parents. Everything's in God's hands. Like, everything in my life has been aligned so perfectly and accordingly to God and his plan and his word, because I have been so locked in. That's one thing that my mom has always taught me, like, God. Okay? But I love being a mom. I wouldn't trade it for anything. I know God has put me in Cash's life for a purpose and vice versa. And I would never trade him for anything, anybody, anyone. I'm about that at any time and all times behind my baby. Okay? So I just want to say, for all the young parents out there, you can do it. All you have to do is, like, walk in faith, learn your child, know your child, and see what predicament would I want my child in. What am I doing that I know could possibly affect my child in a good way or a bad way? And so I just need us parents, us young parents, to raise a generation to where we know, like, okay, when we get older, we're going to be comfortable and satisfied with who could possibly be running the world, taking care of us, being our doctors, lawyers, presidents, what have you. And I feel like if us, as our generation, if we are able to stop being so catty and nasty and in competition and focus on what really matters to make our world a better place, we wouldn't have to worry about a lot. Our lives would be easier, things will flow better, and we wouldn't have a lot of the things that we have as far as problems in this world and this society, because our leadership has to be strong. And so we can instill these things that we see, that we know that our children are missing in today's world, or that we were missing in our upbringing. I promise you that is, like, literally my top goal. Like, I am trying to body motherhood in a way where my child, and to this day, my child would tell you, like, I love you, Mom. Like, you're the best mom. Like, I'm happy to be your son. Are you happy to be my mom? Like, he'll tell you, like, I'm a good mom. Like, I try so hard. Everything I do it with my heart. I have pure and good intentions, core intentions. And, oh my God, my necklace. And so, like, if you have these type of intentions and your heart is pure, everything's gonna work out for you. Like, it's just this evil world that we get mixed up in. And that's what I try to tell Cash, like, be you. Always be you. Stay true to you. You are yourself. And if people don't want to be your friend, they was never really your friend in the first place. Check it out. But I'm gonna wrap this up. I want to leave you guys with some food for thought. To be you, to do you, to stay true to you. Stop catching up and trying to keep up with the hype. And let's just instill this positivity and what we were missing as children and people and within our leadership, the things that we're missing in this world. I just ask that God gives us the right resources and willingness to be our best selves, and as well as just let our kids be a light unto this world from us. Like, yeah, I raised that. That's mine. I did that. You know what I'm saying? So I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Thank you guys for watching and stay tuned. Only gonna Google it, ladies.